Alrighty, we are back for episode 56 of Kenshi 101. And I have created, uh, in between episodes, a new tab for Cat, who's going to sit here because I was looking at the tech and it's like, huh, it's going to take a long time to knock out. And tech level 6 is going to unlock more battery stuff, which means we need less total batteries and all of this stuff. And I didn't even finish all of it. Oh, I should finish that real quick. Also, gave some people some food, mostly beef, robo boop, and Esper, to carry some food and moved a lot of stuff into Jolteon from other people, and he's all full with meat. So, at some point, we're going to need more food for non, pack animals and bug people. These guys can eat the raw meat, and they will eat the raw meat. And the hivers will eat the raw meat, but uh, not everyone will. So that could be a potential issue. Let's come over here. Let's have Robo, Fast Boy, come inside. Alright, inventory. Alright, so in this base, we need iron. Alright, and we don't really have a whole ton. Also, some of these people are somewhat malnourished, which because we've been sitting here forever, uh, waiting for people to die, essentially. Do we have any steel? I don't think we might not. We might actually just not have any steel. Huh. Looks like I sold it all. Well, whoops. Whatever. And they won't have any here. Okay. So, we need to get out of here. We're currently here. We want to raid Captain at some point. We need to go back to the old prison and take out the guy that we fucked up and did not capture. So we can go do that now. Well, we did capture him, but he got away at some point, I think. Added some of the some. I thought we got one of the ninjas, but it might be they got released when we took out the Holy Nathan or something. I'm not sure. So the Black Ninjas were back. The uh, Dust Bandit King. He's how he always was. He's gone for good. But this we have to raid again. It is. It says it's all dead, but when we get closer, we're going to see that it's not. Anywho, we need to go back for him. I never uncrossed his name off the list, but we do need to go back for him. A Leviathan. Hmm. Hmm. So, here is plan. We're all on hold. Right? And you have ranged on. And we could train. Well, we should train some of the new people, but I'm worried some of them might actually die. So, let's test out how Beep and Boop. Actually, while I'm at it, we do not want to take the new pack animals into this. Put down. So, Beep and Boop. And let's have these 5. Hammett is carrying someone. Actually. Shit, right. We are carrying people. Hammett's carrying somebody. So I guess stuff. Actually, you know what? Green. Green plus these got 4. Alright. Attack unprovoked. On hold. Let's get you a bit closer, reduce the chance of a miss. That's a lot of head damage. So, who I'm thinking list all. You carrying anyone? You are not. Your job, grab and run. When inevitably someone gets hit. So Achilles and Bot both took a head hit. That's pretty serious. Doing decent damage. This is mostly for getting stats up. Because as we do this, hit after hit after hit, we'll be training dex, we'll be training strength, we'll be training toughness, attack, defense, and whatever weapon they're using. So we're this, well, toughness for getting hit. Green's probably not going to be building toughness. But he is working on his, what is it? Crossbows and precision shooting. And dex and perception. I think that's the only stats. Yeah, good job, cat. Okay, Bot took a hit to his chest. He can only take one or two more hits, really. This guy's head is taking a lot of damage, so he's gonna go down real quick. Deep took a hit. He's okay. Bot took a hit. Bot's okay. Alright. And it's dead. Woohoo. Staples, that was easy. Alrighty. Undo hold. Get in there, folk. So, we need to get a backpack for one of these guys. Vulpix. Actually, let's leave it to Ninetales. This is the last one. Easier to remember. Alright, and we need fast boys to pick up the slow animals. You. We're at 29. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up. Pick up. Alright. Well, that was surprisingly easy to take out a Leviathan. No one got knocked out. Taking out a Leviathan. Crazy day. Oh, is that an elder? That is an elder. Okay. What is plan? Okay. Plan is now run over here. Alright. Gonna have you, you, and you fight it for a second. Actually, gonna have both of you run over here. Okay, Birmingham is down. Alright. Let's have everyone but Curl run over here. Uh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's have you come pick them up. Okay, that's not good. Pick up. That goes down. Pick up. Pick up. Esper's down. Pick up. You stop shooting. You're gonna hit somebody like prisoner in the back, which I think you just did. Okay, you on hold, go attack. You pick up. Okay. System info, pick him up. Bot, pick him up. You pick him up. Hold. Let's see. Who among you is getting mad with Henson now? Sergeant format. Put down prisoner. And come over here. Join the fight. Crazy that this Elder Beast thing is doing a better job of fighting us than like all the other everyone. Alright. First aid. Anyone have robotic limb damage? Maybe not. Alright. I guess. Actually, we have Hex Sky. Fuck Elder Beak things. They suck. Alright, so unconscious, unconscious. Cover cone. So U5. And is it just U5? Also, you're unconscious. And you are the slow. Alright. You're normal, I can put you down. You're just gonna be a bit down. You're running around fast enough. Alright. Bombing hand is also unconscious. So, put down. Put down. Alright. Okay, that's for also super slow. Alright. Who's gonna pick these people up? You are carrying someone. You are carrying someone. You are not, but you're only running at 19, 53, 22, 26. Fast enough. Pick up. 24. Fast enough. Pick up. Ideally faster than 22. Sure. Already carrying someone. Alright. 24. Not horrible. Also 24. 26. Bad arm, but that's okay. Place 32. It does. Damn. Alright. Alrighty. Problem with the whole run around doing whole thing is two nest. Tempting, but there's a lot of these things. Is that a nest? No. That's just big things going after literally anything they can. Because, yeah. Talking mobs. Going this way is probably the safe way. Hope those don't turn around. I'm gonna try to get there. Oh, no, one of them's coming. Let's go down real quick. Oh, nope. Tackle. Non-elders just don't have enough HP to take all the hits. But at a certain point, the elders are just stupidly bulky, and it's a mess. It is locked but open, okay? The loot hasn't respawned. Check on the map. What does it say? It says they're all dead, but if he escaped, he should be here. Alright. Yeah. Hello. All on the first or floor. It says floor 1, but you know, second floor. If you're in the States. And some of this I think some of this yeah, Chusix, Cactus Mountain. Some of this did respawn. So we will leave these guys on hold. And we'll leave the original squad here on hold. We'll send the robots and the sequels, because the sequels need training. You guys should all be on hold. You guys be not on hold. Tackle. His leg's already looking bad. Lack of armor is gonna hurt you. And he literally didn't get a single hit out. Nice. Another meitou exile plank. Yeah. Pick up. Alright. Install and update. You trade with, I'm gonna say sad. Actually, no. Trade with, Evie. So, we don't want this. We probably don't want this. We maybe want to save the leather. And so that means trade with Umbreon. Actually, I could just trade with Evie. And then have all of them do that. Trade these to Evie. And have Evie trade this to Umbreon. And fuck. Trade Glaceon, Sword, Jolteon, Meat, and then Leather. Yeah. So, could also do that. Hmm. No. No. Just thinking. We do that. And then this could be something like that. Gives you room. Have this. Gives you room to have another sword. Alright, alright. So that one's full. That one's full. Alright. And everyone else has an empty, full, except for Evie, who has a little bit. Alright. Who has a mostly... Okay, you'll do. Mostly empty. So I get to loot this place again because I didn't take... Or I fucked up on the boss and he got... I took him, he got away. Whoops. Somebody fell, got injured or something. I don't remember the details. Doesn't really matter all that much, the details. Point is, he got away. As a result, I get a second cross. I could farm meitou weapons this way by just repeatedly taking it from the boss and then letting him go and then coming back here after a period of time. So that seems a bit exploitative of how the game works. Just a bit. That's garbage. That's garbage. Uh, that's probably good. Alright. Rum. 2 sticks. Rum. Uh, see anything over there? Nothing. Nothing. Fine. Gears are one of those things where I'm like, I'm really on the fence. Do I take the gear? Do I leave the gear? Like, it takes up a lot of space. It's worth almost 200. It feels very, like, on the fence of should I take this, should I not take this? You know? Uh, like, I couldn't get more on the fence and still be on the fence. Don't think there's going to be any. Spring steel, motor's good. Skeleton muscle is very good. Fabrics are not great. I mostly take them because you also use them to make bedding. So if I want to make a base somewhere, they can come in handy. Alright. Gotta pick some locks. Check that one. And go talk to Evie real quick. Dump some stuff. Right, oops. Alright, so last episode I was talking about, I believe, Mameluke swords was the last one, which very cool. If you see one missing a grip, it almost certainly originally was ivory, and somebody took the grip off, or somebody thought it was ivory and they couldn't fucking tell, haha, and they took the grip off because that was their way to try to get around the ivory laws. Because they're like, I'd rather sell a damaged item, right? I'd rather damage an antique than to try to find ways to comply with the law because it's too fucking complex and expensive for normal people to do it. So like so and so inherited their grandpa's whatever, right? And then like, oh look, it's ivory, but I want to sell it. But it says in order to sell it, I have to have all this like paperwork and shit and go through this process. And if I don't do it right, I have to pay a fine. The fine could be like $500,000. Oh no! And so people just fucking damage antiques. What the fuck? And deface them and tear them apart. Or actually, that backpack worth carrying? I guess. It's really fucking annoying. Like, if if people are doing this with, if you look at, this antique listings, you will see examples like this, where you're like, oh, that would have had an ivory grip, and oh look, now it has no grip. And like, the number of ones where the grip is gone is so high that it's not just, oh, this thing was damaged somehow. Like, people are purposely damaging it because they want to be able to sell it and they don't want to go to jail. And so they're like, well, I want to sell it and I don't want to go to jail, and complying with this law is too hard, so I'm just going to fucking, you know, tear off the grip after hundreds and hundreds of years of this antique because I want to sell it and I can't comply with the law. I don't know how to do that. I don't know, like, and or like I gotta, like, depending on what country like, some of the most simple versions of this is you need to find somebody who is an expert in that particular type of antique, who is an appraiser. You need to approach said appraiser. You need to pay said appraiser money to take a look at it and tell you it is this, and including a date. There has to be a date, right? And the appraiser has to be one that is recognized. So, uh, you need some sort of, you can't just be anyone saying, oh, well, this is an antique. It's got to be something where, like, you take this to your attorney and the attorney's not going to argue with it, right? Because that piece of paper saying that how old it is the only thing keeping you out of prison or, $500,000 fine. So it's got to be something that they're going to trust, right? So it can't just be anyone, right? You can't just take us to any appraiser. Yeah, I mean, you could, but depending on what country you're in, some people might be like, I don't, like, I'm going to prosecute you, I don't trust this, and then they'll take that guy, what that guy said, right, and be like, hey, this appraiser said this, well, now he has to come before the judge and explain why, and if we don't find that explanation good enough, like, you're going to prison. And it's like, it's a horrible mess. And it doesn't always happen like that. But it's a very, you're guilty until proven innocent type thing. A lot of times stuff gets seized, especially at borders. If it's going through international borders. Stuff gets seized a lot. And then it's like, you have to fight and argue with them and prove that it's not illegal. That it is an antique. And it's a pain. And because it's such a horrible fucking pain, it's all this extra cost dealing with all this, and every country's different. So like, depending on where you go, the laws change all over the place. You have to learn all those laws. So you really need somebody who knows what the fuck they're doing, even like get it, do any of this. Like you need to know the fucking laws. You can't like stop, full stop, like period. Like you cannot do this if you don't know how to legally do this and not end up in prison. Like, you have to know the laws here. Uh, there's no option B. So, because of all this, it adds a lot of cost to ivory stuff with antique. Because if you want to get something like that, well, you have to jump through a million hoops. And not everyone's going to do that. Some people are just going to fucking destroy an antique. Fuck you. Don't do that. And rip off parts of it, which, yeah, don't do that. Rather than try to comply with this law that they don't understand how to comply with. Which, don't do that, please. Please don't do that. Please. Please don't do that. And anywho, that's a very shitty situation. Welcome to, the world. Life kind of like that sometimes. There's not really a good solution here. You know what I mean? Like, what are you gonna do? Like, you could there's like, but I don't have like an actual good solution. Like, I don't have like an alternative. It's like, oh, this is like you just gotta do this and everything just works. There is, I mean, as far as I know, like, there isn't anything like that. It's this shitty situation all around. Sorry. But, hey, that's life. It sucks. Sorry. It sucks. Uh, let's try it like this. Alright. And then we got a square. Can we fit this in here? Still no. Literally one square. Well, if it's something. Alright. It's a bad situation. And then that's for like the easy countries. For the hard countries, it's a million times worse. Some places you have to have it like the government's like, no, we don't trust appraisers that you paid for. You need to have it inspected by our people. It's going to take months. You need to pay a fee for us to inspect your item so that we know it's not, that it is an antique. Which is sort of like, wait, so in order to, the law says I need to comply with the law. How do I comply with the law? It needs to be inspected. but you don't trust me to have it inspected. You want your people to inspect it. But then you want me to pay for your people to inspect my things to make sure I'm following the law. What? It's like you are just it's like that's a crazy level of guilty until proven innocent, where it's like guilty until proven innocent, and we need you to pay to prove that you're innocent. But it's like but on the other hand, we don't want people fucking murdering elephants and shit. So it's like, how do you solve that problem? I don't fucking know. But the current solution is very, very bad. Uh, it's like it's the sort of bad where it's like there's good intentions. People are like, yes, we want there to be exceptions for this, but then they never really thought about how we're going to do that. And then the, bureaucracy of government, all this, we need, sign here, do this, do that, do that. We don't, we're going to put all these other steps. And over time, this gets more and more and more bureaucratic stuff until the point where it's like a nightmare. And you have to remember, it's not this one country. You're dealing with laws from like all of the countries. If you want to like buy and sell online, which is like what everyone's doing nowadays. Hello, what country are you in? So because of all that, it has become this horrible, horrible nightmare to deal with that nobody wants to deal with. That has resulted in many people just saying, "Screw this." I could sell this for a ton of money if it was an antique, but I'm going to have to spend all this time and energy and risk going to jail to do this the right way because I didn't cross an I or T. When it's like, it's not a question of is this or is this not an antique. It's a question of did I follow this government bureaucratic bullshit just right so that they'll leave me alone. Because everyone wants to be like, every DA wants to have the headline of, "Hey, I'm fighting poachers, I'm saving the elephants, I'm saving the planet, please reelect me," or whatever, right? They want the PR. They don't care at all about whether you have committed a crime, whether you have, done something actually bad. Have you violated the spirit of the law? Fuck that. No, we just arrest everyone, try everyone. Anyone who puts up a fight, well, and find out, oh, wait, they're not guilty. Oh, well, most people will just, take a plea bargain. And then that makes my numbers look good. Because they can't afford to spend $1 million on a lawyer. uh, like, access to justice problem. Big problem. Anywho. Access to justice problem plus DAs who think their job is to prosecute everyone and let God sort it out. Like, seriously, if you are the DA, decide, I'm going to prosecute 100% of literally everyone I possibly can, regardless of anything. What consequences are there? Like, if you literally prosecute a 5-year-old for selling lemonade, what consequences are there? None. At all. There is absolutely no consequences. You're completely protected. There's nothing you can do, really, to get in trouble. I mean, like, the amount of stuff you'd have to do, it has to be, like, super, super illegal. Like, very, very illegal. Like, you need to be really, really trying to get arrested to get in any amount of trouble. And if anything short of I'm going to prison for this, nothing. It goes from like you get away with it, you get away with it, you get away with it. Oh, now you're going to prison. Like that is like, and there's nothing in between. So it's a mess. It's a mess. No likey. Uh, So YTDLP blocked, but everyone behind him didn't block because they were tackling targeted them, so everyone behind them got hit. Things. The reason big things are scary as fuck is because only the person who's the target is the one who blocks. Nobody else blocks. But other people can still get hit. Like, it's... What? That doesn't make any sense. That does not make sense. Anywho. Rant mostly over. Ivory laws make me sad. Like, there should be laws against ivory. There should not be, people doing anything with modern ivory at all. But the antique stuff, like protecting that, is just as important as protecting the, animals, because yes, live animals are cool, but history is also cool and important. And like some of the stuff is like, who got those Mamluk swords? High-ranking officers, right? Generals, colonels, people who later on, became congressmen or, presidents or admirals or whatever. You know what I mean? Like high-ranking people in the military, and that's it. you know so you're creating a situation that's making it very difficult to legally do something, with tons of pitfalls where people can be like, I didn't, I went to the wrong appraiser and now I'm going to prison. And a lot of people like, what's the safe way to do this and not go to prison? Literally destroy antiques. Well, I guess I'm going to destroy an antique. I can still get some money for it. Like, like, Eternal's screaming. Ah, anywho, Mamluk swords. They're pretty cool, the ones that haven't been destroyed yet. That goes for like, that's not just Mamluk swords, but like ivory stuff in general. Like, and then also, you're creating this situation where literally everyone wants to mislabel everything. So like, it's there are legal ways to sell ivory. There are not legal ways to sell ivory on things like eBay or whatever, because a lot of companies who do online sales stuff, like they look at the laws also ever like, this is a horrible nightmare. We don't want to touch this with a 10-yard stick. Just ban everything. Everything is banned. It's all illegal. So, but actual enforcement requires knowing the difference between ivory and bone and horn and whatever. And like, so everything is banned, but we're not going to enforce it at all because we're not going to pay somebody to figure out what all this stuff is. And we don't actually give a shit, because all we want is us to not get in trouble with the law. So if we say we banned it and somebody did it, well, that's on them, not on us. We don't care. And it becomes like this horrible system where like, technically it's against the rules, but in reality it's against the rules, but there's no enforcement of it because it has to be against the rules so that they can shift the blame away from themselves onto all the users and not get any of the blame for the illegal stuff and have absolutely no enforcement of anything. Because why would they? Like, that would require work, and who cares? You know what I mean? Who's actually going up and like complaining to the press or making noise about how eBay is selling hundreds of tons of ivory and some of it's legal and some of it isn't? Who's actually complaining about that? No one. Nobody cares. Like, people care. People say they care, but nobody cares enough to actually figure out what's going on and figure out what's right and what's wrong and learn how to figure out what ivory is. You know what I mean? Like, they'll say they'll care. What are they going to do about it? Absolutely nothing. you know? Like, because they care, but not really. What are you guys doing? Do you guys want to build? I think... What is that, Robo-Boot? Oh, he's got steel. Yeah, so okay. He's glitching. He's got steel, he wants to go build. Okay. So, I think it was install and update. It's carrying this guy. Hello, Gorillo. This time, you're not getting away. But thank you for the second meitou sword, greatly appreciated. So, he has one of them. Who has the other one? That one. Task kill. So task kill and install and update. Ayaku. Hurry up. Low pokes. And these guys are all building because I looted some iron. Or they were. Now it looks like they stopped. Alrighty. Good. Weapon? Yes. So, this is a fun little thing to... Let's see. Cat has... And cat has to come out of here. Alrighty. He will bleed out soon enough. No, he's done when he stops making noise. Huh. I don't see any Western hive. Probably happened is he was following the leader somewhere and got stuck, and he's just been stuck here for like a day or 5. Alright. Pick up. Put down. Actually, run this way. Put down. And he can just... Yep, he's already dead. Alright. Thus ends Gorillo. He was very, very, very strong until we cut off all of his limbs. But hey, we got a free exile plank out of that. Woohoo. Alrighty. So, how are we doing? It's almost morning. Some of you need to be put in bed to heal up. Alright. You're good enough. You can be put down, as are you. Down. Oh, wait, no, you need to be picked up because you're slow currently. And we don't want to run really, really. You know what? I have changed my mind. You will build up speed. Put down. Put down. Put down. Alright. So, you have hurt your head. Nobody else. It's too, curl. Your arm is fucked. Alright. And the robots should all be fairly okay. And, Achilles is a little bit hurt. How's Achilles doing? He holding anyone? He is not. Who else? Bot's a bit hurt from fighting that leviathan. And Echo's a bit hurt. And yes, you. Alright. Nobody's better yet. But yeah. Bot, get up, make room. We're gonna put him in. He's worse off. While we're at it, I'll leave Bot. Into the chest. 120 the foot. Feet. Right, plural is feet. Words are hard. I can speak English, I swear on me, Mom. Let's see. DD Rescue, DPKG, Bash. DPKG is something you'll normally see when installing something, often from like GitHub or whatever, through the command line, like okay, how are you guys doing? Well, nobody's dead. Achilles is doing almost better. So that, not Lucan and Achilles are the best. You have a lot of damage to your head. You also have a lot of HP to your head. So you can probably get up, give about a chance. Anywho, in the meantime, oh look, it's daytime. Oh look, the store is probably open. Do you have good backpacks, sir? Mr. Samurai Aptitude. Get Aptitude. Pseudo Get Aptitude. Aptitude. Ooh, lots of big backpacks. I like this. Okay, you want one. You want one. You already have one. You want one. You already have one. You want one. You want one. I think you want one. So, that's not everyone, but that's a lot of people. Alright. And we want all the food we can get. No good maps, probably. As per usual. Good maps don't exist. And you probably don't have any gear you want, and we're good on meds. Alright. So, focus on selling things that take up a lot of space but don't have a lot of value. These unfortunately will bankrupt them real quick. Alright, I do have one of these, and only one of those. Let's see. What can I sell this cheap? Well, that isn't. These are fairly cheap. These are actually surprisingly cheap. They're not that big, but they are heavy. That helps. Keep the good meds. Not like we have, a med shortage. Anything, we have the opposite of that. Do we want to sell those? Yes. Oh, yeah. You have 1,500. What am I doing? Why am I being so, like, super careful? Try to, like, keep your money leveled up. Like, I'm being way more careful than I need to be. Uh, let's see. Anywho, what other interesting swords in Africa? Let's click onto the list I made in Notepad. Um, okay, sure. The Mandig swords and the Kataras. So Kataras, are not thus a character from Avatar: The Last Airbender. It is also a sword from Oman or Omani, uh, sword. If you're using the what is it? Possessive? Has to be possessive. The sword from Oman. Yeah, Omani. Whatever. That's not something you say very often. Anywho, the Omani swords are, well, it's one particular type of sword. It's pretty cool. It's essentially like long, straight, double-edged, rather thin, and with no crossguard and a grip that is really wide near the blade and tapers to very, very thin near the pommel. And they typically either have no pommel or a very small pommel. And if that sounds very weird to you, it's because it is. Ding, ding, ding. It is very weird. And to make it weirder, the Mandigs was in Africa across the pond, uh, known as the Red Sea, had a very similar sword that was basically identical. The only difference is, unlike the Omani version, this sword is curved. But other than that, it's basically identical. And the only thing I can make sense is maybe influence through trade, like because Oman was a big trade port stop on in between like the Indian and African and Arabic ports, moving, the trade routes like the Silk Road. Like there's the overland and by sea. By sea, it'd go from like China through like the South China Sea, make its way towards India through like, what's now in like Indonesia and Philippines. It goes through that area. It goes through like, Laos and Vietnam and Thailand and all that. And it's go all around that, find its way to India, and more importantly, Sri Lanka. This was a big stop, and that's why the Dutch took over it. And then make it from their way from there. They probably stop around the ports, so like the ports of Iraq, which is what it is now, and then make the way from there to like Oman, and make the way around the Arabic Peninsula, up the Red Sea to stop around like Ethiopia, Egypt, and like the Mecca area on the other side, with different people owning a different time period. Well, they different people. They're all different countries, but it's all like the same people, really. It's just like them and their descendants is flying under different flags. Like one day it's the Ottoman, one day it's something else, or one day it's like the caliph, like this caliphate, and one day it's something else. Like, is it really that different? Not really. I mean, it is different, but it's sort of like same religion, same culture, same type of people, minor differences. Like, hey, now there's like coffee the thing or whatever. Nothing like too major. Nothing like all the people who love coffee are now gonna be like, what the fuck did you just say? uh, Nothing too major. I'm sorry. Coffee's not that major of a deal to me. uh, but like same religion, same ethnicities, similar cultures, or the same culture. Not that really different. At least from an outsider looking in. Trying to like just take any meds that are like about to expire and just get rid of them. And I can go to one of the pack animals and just swap between everyone being like, oh, this guy has like 10 meds. Let's put some of them in this pack animal. Like, oh, this guy has one med. He can grab a few and, let's quickly swap through, do that real quick. Clear up some carry weight. Get rid of a lot of these meds that are like basically useless. I just want to take a photo of the two different exile planks that are both meitou planks that you can only get one of. Unless you capture him, let him take it, let him go. Eventually, he respawns with the same gear and the same place. Go back, you do it again. You can do it infinite times. It's not actually one, it's just you have to farm it. And you can't kill the person, you can't trigger a world state change. So, like, if you want infinite meitou Akazasis, well, there's a person, they have a meitou Akazashi, I think there's like two. Well, that might be either Wakazashi or Katana, one of them has two. And they're in the Empire, you gotta find them, you gotta take it from them, right? Step 1. Step 2, leave. Step 3, release them somewhere where they're gonna be able to go back to the city, right? Step 4, run away. Step 5, wait. Step 6, go back there, do it all again. As many times as you want. And there you go, infinite stuff. Completely unmodded, no, works, no cheating, no hacks. You just loot, let them go. Loot, let them go. Preferably some distance away, and then you run away and you wait a long time, so that everything will just reload the whole area, and it will reload the whole area, respawning all their, soldiers and respawning everything. And it'll be treated like a respawn of everything eventually, not a you go back there with everything exactly how you left it. So you have to wait a certain amount of time. You can't just immediately go back. And now I'm starting to be like, okay, time to get rid of stuff. Time to like really be like, screw this noise. Go to some of the heavier people and just like clear a ton of stuff. Actually, I could do that. That would remove way more weight. But 400 and... Okay, 300. Let's find something low enough value to sell for around 3. Probably easiest to do it this way. Oh, wow. I don't really want to sell books right now. How about 350? That's 100. That's 2 spring steel, and you're broke. Alright. I've been way too long on that. I was trying to like get rid of as much weight as possible so people can move. And also that way I can just go do all the pack animals. So with Vulpix. Oh yeah, let's start with Vulpix. Let's do that med thing I was talking about. Well, that guy's good, right? You don't need this much meds. That's good. You have this, you have this, you keep 3 of them. Okay. Beep. That's good. That's good. That's good. I'll give you one of those. That's good. You got a bit much. It's fine. It's half gone anyway. That's a bit much. Okay, so this one's stolen. Because it's stolen, I can't use it to repair other ones. Darn. Hmm. I've run into not the problem I thought, which was more of you have more meds than I initially thought you would. It's the exact opposite situation I thought we were in. I thought at least some people enough would be running out, that this would be net negative or close to net negative, and I'd have, but no. We're still looting more meds than we're using. That's kind of crazy to me. But, bad stuff. And the game crashed. Well. Shit. Oh well, that's probably a good place to end anyway. Just waiting for people to heal and moving stuff around through inventory and stuff. Getting ready to move out again. Which is a lot of busy work. This is probably going slower because I'm, talking about random swords to make this slightly more entertaining. But, I think that will also could like, dude, it's a Katara. dude, it's a Manding. It's a Manding. Yeah. Mandings go for a lot of money, which is weird. Because, well, kind of weird. A lot of them are really old because Oman's been not that much, of a warlike place where they're actually using them. So a lot of them are like 2, 3, 400 years old. So yeah, Mandings are pretty cool, pretty expensive. Katara's less. No, the Katara's expensive. The Mandings are less so. Most people don't know what a Manding is. And Manding swords, I believe, is the tribe, not the name of the sword, or something like that. Might have that backwards, but like most people, they're like African sword question mark, Arabic sword question. You know what I mean? Like they're not 100% sure. 99% of the time you'll see them, they're mislabeled. That's well, Africa, it's a mess. But yeah. So, this has been episode 55. We're going to have a relatively short one for once. To be continued, or 50, no, 56? 5, 6, 56. This is 56. Yeah, episode 56. Relatively short one. To be continued. See ya.